up. All right. No. Need it here. Hold on. I got to fix something. There. Now let me see if I can find it. There. What the heck? Why is... Hello, everybody. Hello. Hold on, I'm pulling it up so I can see. Fire Larry, hello. Get everything off the desk so I can see stuff. Shadow, happy Valentine's. Hello, Sandfire, Kay, Britta, Sandra, Joyce, Betty Detman. Let's see if I can get this right. There, all messages. Wendy, Adrene, Joyce, how you guys went back to work? Did you? I'm feeling better. I feel a lot better today. Thank you. It's just been, my sinus is going crazy. And Barry, there you are. F8, two Lees, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Barry's still home. Yeah, he got in that accident. And Mimi, you're driving home from work? Monica, hello. Sweet Cheeks is in here. Hello. What's up, honey? Are you feeling any better? Dragon fruit all over my bottle. Oh my goodness. What a day. You guys want to hear something funny, what I did today? So, my wife said, oh, son of a... I'll call him later. My wife said, all right, we're not doing Valentine's Day stuff, right? I said, sure, we'll go to Walmart. We'll do what we usually do. We'll go pick up a card. You pick out a card. We'll hand it to each other. We'll read them, and then we'll put them back on the shelf. She said, okay, deal. Well, she went and got me a card and a bunch of chocolate. No fair, no fair. But I guess I broke the rule first, because Monday I bought her a bunch of flowers and they couldn't deliver them today because they were too busy. So I had to go this morning, pick them up, and take them to her work. So what I did, I called it her boss. I said, hey, do me a favor. call Michelle in your office, so tell her you got to meet with her. I got to get in her office. He laughed and he said, okay. Richard! What up, Richard? And she went up to his office. I snuck in and I decorated her office with a ton of flowers. I mean, a ton of flowers. And a couple of her employees were like, Michelle's not here. She's up with the boss. I said, I know. They go, you did that? I laughed. I said, yep. And I put them on her desk and all around her office, and I hightailed it out. About 30 minutes later, I get a phone call. What is this? I go, what do you mean? She said, I thought we said no presents. I said, we did, but you didn't obey. So obviously I didn't either. It was fun. It was fun. But I did get her. And she got me too. You're welcome, Jay. Shonda, hello. F-Pate, hello. Richard, hello. Barry, hello. Tulise, hello. Shadowrunner, no. No, it's not time. You out of all people know that when it's time, you will join him. And what I need you to do is get all your paperwork done so you can move down here and work. Because if you're taking care of the mammals with Z, that means I'm free to do the reptiles, the snakes. And I can do them every day. Fire Larry, this year I got her, but last year she got me good. And that's why it was returned this year. Deb CT! What? Sweet Cheeks? What are you talking about? Hi, Tina Lee. Rosie! Rosie, hello. Rosie, I hope your day is getting better for you, honey. Happy Valentine's Day, Cammie. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Deb CT. Okay. Rosie, we love you. Sweet Cheeks, what are you talking about? Joanne, hello, honey. I don't think that's possible, Rosie. But just because the day you were having today, I'll let you have it for about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your 10 seconds is now expired. At the Kansas City Chiefs parade? Oh my goodness. Did they catch him? And what was the deal? Who were they? Marsha! Not yet. I didn't get any mail today. Did you send it to the P.O. box or to the farm? Aw, thanks, Kim. Happy Valentine's Day to you and Frank as well. Just jerks? No, people just don't shoot for no reason. Angelo, hello. Kittens. Oh my goodness. I will do that right now. Where's Flutter Yo? No kidding, Sweet Cheeks. Good thing you didn't go. Okay, let's see. Toolies, where's this? Click. There. Hold on, Toolies. I'm doing it right now. Huh. Storage Brats! Let me take care of this real quick, guys. Huh? Let me see. All right. I'll be right with you. Hold on one second. Um, do I have anything in my printer? Yeah. Okay. Done, Tullies. What the heck? Huh? Okay, here. I'm out of paper. Once it's in, no, I need this.
What? What happened? Hello.
Hello, Z.
What happened?
Nothing.
You said I'll use this and then... Yeah.
You can talk while I do this quick.
Well, you, Hello, everybody. I'm doing okay. Just still got a lot of work to do.
All right, got it. It is done.
Yeah, pretty good birthday overall. Yeah.
Pretty good overall. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did.
Did you enjoy your dinner?
Yeah, I did. Honestly, I remembered it being better last year.
I thought it was delicious.
It was still good. Don't get me wrong. But for some reason, I just didn't remember it being better. But yeah, still liked it.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, hello, hello. We did. We went to a place in Mount Dora called Waves. It's basically like a new age sushi. It's just a sushi fusion style stuff.
Richard, he's 23 now.
Yep.
Richard, give Mary a big hug for us.
The best thing was probably the mozzarella sticks, though.
Really?
The crab ragoon.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
my sushi here.
Well, yeah, you took a picture here, yeah.
Of course I did. It was absolutely beautiful. Where is it here? What is it? Here, Zeke, show that to the camera.
Okay.
Look at this thing. That is a sushi burrito. Oh my God, that was good. That was, what a beautiful presentation too.
Yeah, you're mainly paying for
But, dude, it was this big.
I know. You're paying for a presentation. That is the big thing. So yeah.
I thought it was great.
The
MZ!
the thing that disappointed me the most was the fried rice. So
Yeah, but you can't go by that.
yeah. I know. Well, like
Oh, yeah, I was full.
don't get me wrong. It's filling
Ouch,
and
Richard.
great. Filling great. Just overall. But yeah.
Hiya, Terry. Terry, you feeling okay? Took a fall last night out of the shower. Broke the glass. Yeah. We had a funny, I had a funny night last night. I got phone calls last night from three different people. Oh my God, Robbie, you got to get on this channel on YouTube. Go to, what's her channel? Tully's?
Parody.
No.
No.
I don't want to get it wrong, so. Yes, Tully's. What's her channel? Mickey! Mickey says happy birthday.
Thank you.
Emma666. So 3 people told me, oh my God, you got to go to, they were texting me, you got to go on YouTube. Go to Emma666 right now. They're talking about you. So I'm like, oh God. All right. And for some reason, I did it. And it was hilarious, dude. They do these parody things on, not even parody, it's videos picking out all Barbara's lies. And they do all their research, and they call it out like it is. And they were talking about Get Swamped, how she, did this, and Shadow was in there, and then everybody from, I went over to Tully's live, and everybody from Rosie was in there. and Northern Treasures was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and we just, and then everybody, when I came over to Thule's and said, everybody go over here. So Thule's put it on her screen, and oh my goodness, they didn't know about half the stuff that happened to Shadowrunner. Yeah, CPR was in there. It was seeing her get caught in all these lies, and it was just amazing. And then I was like, okay, I'm done with that now. I had my fun. So I was back in MZ. It was hilarious. It was so funny. You know what she put for her hashtags on her channel? Now this is a good, wholesome, God-fearing woman. Her hashtags are hashtag SEX, hashtag Moo, and hashtag FUCK. This is a God-fearing woman who puts this as her hashtags for her channel. That is absolutely disgusting. And Thule's found that, and I was like, you are a disgusting human being.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's, as Wendy, it's not as in that. And it was just, she did that for Barbara, because Barbara called her evil and everything, so she did that. And what's she call it? The evil den Thule's, or uh yeah, Deb CT, Emma's great. The Den of Evil, there it is. Yeah, Shadowrunner got it up there. Absolutely, Sandra. Her, and then some other girl. What's Moon's channel? It was Emma and Moon, and they were going to town on it. It was, I'll look at it on your community page later. Moon 999. All right, great girl too. She was funny, and you guys follow them. Follow them. Two young ladies that are really doing their homework and have called out Barbara on all her BS and caught her in so many lies, and now they're going into the shadow whole portion of this, so I can't wait for that to see. Do you know, since David died, Shadow's husband, Barbara took advantage of Shadow to the amount of $6,000. Then Barbara tells everybody she's doing auctions, and all the money she does from the auctions goes to us. Just so you know, we never got a penny of that. Barbara would come to our auctions.
I
buy stuff and use the money that she collected selling stuff on hers to buy stuff from us.
She was using her auction to pay her bill
Yeah, she was using her auction to pay her bill.
instead of just sending the money as a donation.
But not selling the stuff
Exactly.
she got from us.
Exactly.
And then she did, it's
Okay.
just resetting. It was whatever. And everybody, the sad thing about it is everybody sat there and goes, Robbie, she doesn't have this money. I said, you know what? I don't care if she has the money. I don't care that because she's making these big promises. I'm going to give you guys over $2 million. And I'm like, Barbara, I don't want $2 million. No, we're going to buy a piece of property and we'll do the zoo there. And I said, I've got a property. I want to do things here. No, we'll move you guys over there. We'll get you a big house. And I'm like, Barbara, I don't need that. I got what I need right here. I just need to make money to build here. But she didn't want to do that because she tried to buy a house next door and they found out she was a fraud. And she says, oh, I didn't like that house. It's too old. Well, the realtor never called her back because the realtor said this woman's got no funds. But did I say anything? No, I didn't go out and make that public knowledge.
Here's another thing. She was going to buy another house that was nearby.
Yeah.
And same excuse.
Same excuse with the other house. And John kept yelling at me. He's like, why do you even let this woman come in here? I said, John, you know what? Because she comes in here, she hangs out, she has fun. She forgets about her problems in life. She's not attacking anybody. She's not doing anything malice. So that's what our channel's about. Hanging out together, having fun, and looking at the positive side of life. But then she got mad at me because I wouldn't take her side over Stats and her fight. And Stats got mad at me because I wouldn't take her side over her and Stats' fight. And I called them both up. I said, listen, I'm not dealing with it. I don't do it. I don't do drama. I don't want drama in my channel. And if you don't like it, you guys are free to leave. And so then Stats just left and did her thing. She's doing her thing. Good for Stats. And Barbara just goes on there and attacks us. And she's a lying, manipulative bitch. And Two Lees used to call me up all the time. Barbara's attacking you. I don't care, Lisa. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh well. Then it kept happening. So I, who have a real lawyer, called my lawyer, and he said if it keeps up, I'm going to send her a cease and desist. Otherwise, I'm going to sue her. And I go, dude, you're not going to sue her. You're not. I don't want anything from her. I'm sick of her BS. I'm sick of hearing all this. And it just is what it is. And she's still, it's so funny because all these people's names do not come out of our mouth till they have to bring us into their lives. And it's like, all right, fine. I said my piece before, and that's all I'll say. And I'm done with them. I'm done with Wolf, the spineless jellyfish, and I'm done with Barbara, the pathological liar, who, when I'm going through my friend dying of cancer, all of a sudden her cancer's back. And so disgusting that she shaved her head to say, look, I lost all my hair in chemo. When my friend Brian did lose all his hair in chemo and ended up paying the ultimate price, losing his life.
And finding all her pictures online too.
Yeah, it's just an absolute disgusting person. And I lost my mother to cancer, and Marcia, my second mom, is a cancer survivor, and so many of you are cancer survivors. And to me, someone faking cancer is the biggest slap in the face. Trying to get sympathy, that is absolutely disgusting. It's gross, it's disgusting, and I don't want anything to do with a human being like that. And it's just, ugh. It is what it is, but I know Deb CT, and I don't I don't care if she does. I could care less. I know who I am. And hi Beth. I'm perfectly comfortable in my skin. And I know Z is perfectly comfortable in his skin. And am I perfect? By all means, no. By all means, no. But I will never, ever sit there and try to scam people to feel sorry for me, to do this or do that. We do our things with the crystals, rocks, and gems, and we take all that money, we use a portion of it to buy new stuff, and then we take the rest and use it for the farm, and we pay Z and Scott. And that's all we do. And then for those of you that do donate to us, to Animal Crossings, we send you a letter with our tax ID number on there. And that's all to buy supplies for the animals, to build new habitats and everything, and food and repairs. All that. Repairs, yeah, on pumps and all kinds of stuff. Mom! Whoop whoop! I don't know where my thing went. There it is. I shall survive. Yes, you shall, Mom. You've proven that. There is Moon. Go follow Moon. And go follow Emma 666. Great channels. Great girls. They really did their homework on this. Mm-hmm. And now I can't wait to hear when they talk to Shadow about all that. And Cammie King, thank you very much. God bless you. And they figure out that I know 2 times Shadow gave Barbara money because she wasn't going to be here early enough before you and I left to go to the market. $100 each time, right, Shadow?
I thought it was more.
No, each time it was $100. And Barbara said, oh, just give it to me. I'll give it to Robbie at the market. I never even knew about this. Barbara never even gave me money till when all this started happening. So she's a liar. She's a thief. She is. Something must be wrong up here for a person to even think that. And people ask me, I got asked several times today, why do you bother with YouTube then? Why? I go, you know what? We've been doing YouTube for 3 years now. And we've had, I can count them on one hand. It doesn't even take the whole hand.
Or 3 important ones.
3 important ones that we just wiped them out of our life. We don't associate with them. We don't talk to them. We don't acknowledge them. They're blocked from our channel. And you go on. Because all of you that are awesome is what makes it worth it. And I love sharing my knowledge and my passion of wildlife and the rocks and the crystals and the gems and the artifacts from all over the world with you guys, because I love it when people find a passion. When you're somebody and you have a passion and you truly find that passion, you just don't decide, oh, this is my passion. It's something happens in your life that triggers that passion. And I've done it for several people in the reptile world. And I've got several little kids that, they're collecting rocks, and they've got incredible rock collections. Marsha's grandson, James, has probably got a collection
To rival our own right now.
to rival our own. And James is what, 14?
Yeah.
And unbelievable kid. Unbelievable. And just feeding that fire, because knowledge is power, and it's so cool to see someone with such a love.
I actually gotta get going because I gotta finish
You're gonna
up,
go feed?
and then I got my stuff.
All right, go do your thing. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, James is incredible. And there's so many guys. I've got one guy who used to work for me cleaning. He was scared of snakes. He started working for me cleaning snake bowls. Then he grew to love snakes. And then he became the captain on Venom 1, which is the Venom response team in Miami-Dade Fire Department. And I've got another guy who just became lead curator of reptiles, lead keeper of reptiles in San Diego Zoo. He went to Disney from here. He went to Disney, and now at San Diego Zoo, one of the world's largest reptile collections. He's overseeing it. Then I've got another guy who started with me, went to animal control. He is a high up at animal control in the next county north of me now. And all just because you take time with people and you feed their interest. And then Nick, look at Nick. He was ready to not go to school. He wanted to move here and just work for me. And I would not give him that option. I told him absolutely not. But I will tell you one thing. You get your degree, and I don't care what you do, biology, veterinary medicine, or whatever you want to do, you can come work for me. And look what he's doing, guys. He's teaching classes in college right now. He's actually setting up his thesis program. And I told him, look, dude, you've done this much. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Don't stop. Get your doctorates. Get your doctorates. You're in the Netherlands. Your school is so cheap, and it's such an incredible school. It's rated in the top three biology schools in the world. And I'm like, get your doctorates there, dude, and then come over here and do a externship and get your doctorates, and then when you're done with it, we'll do something together. You know, you won't work for me. We'll do something together. And that is just, she never tried to repay Sandfire. Uh, it's it's disgusting what she did. And you know what? I don't have to do anything about it because karma has a name. And there's two young ladies out there who are incredible at delivering this karma to her. And you got both their channels. I've Tully's, put the links up for their channels, please. Go follow them and see how it turns out. Because you thank God there are good people in the world, and you guys know how I am. I'm always, my big thing is share your passion and random acts of kindness. Because why? Because you know what? You do some random act of kindness for somebody, they could be having the worst day ever. And you do something nice for them and you put a smile on their face for 2 minutes, you just help their day be a little bit better. You just took that edge off. Angela Mullen, hello. Um, and that's what life's about. It's about, we're human beings. For God's sakes, you know, we need to learn to accept people for what they are and who they are, and just go on with life. Unless it directly involves you or your family or your friends in a negative manner, then go on with life and just try to be the best person you can be. You guys, I've always been totally upfront with you guys about everything I've gone through in my life. Being a spoiled rich kid who lived in Beverly Hills, and my best friend Cece DeVille, so you know, we're the biggest drug addicts in the world. And to when I got arrested for my business partner dealing with snakes, and to everything else I've ever done. You know, it's I'm comfortable in my skin. I go to bed every night, and the first thing I do when I lay down in bed is I thank God for another day on this planet. And I thank God for giving me a passion that I'm truly passionate about, for letting me discover my passion, which is animals and people and sharing. It's, you guys have seen stuff we've done. You know, this winter hasn't been too bad, but last winter when it was bad. What was it? I don't know where Z's gone. It was last winter or the winter before. Um, Hold on. I know the moon. It's just some people are just not reachable. And trust me, Moon, my wife yells at me all the time. she goes, listen, you're not Father Flanagan. You cannot save the world. I said, no, I can't, but I can sure as hell try. And she just laughs and she goes, you never learn, do you? And I said, I was like this before you married me, and you knew I was like this. So obviously there was something you liked about it that made you want to marry me. And we've been married for 27 years, so eh, what can I say? Huh? Raw Dog, what's happening, buddy? Uh, Shadow, you can't do that, sweetheart. Don't listen. No one was affected by Barbara as hard as Shadow was, or I was, or my family was, or Els was, and you just Shadow, please don't be like that. Don't be like that because there's so many good people in the world that do need help, and it's just Moon. And thank you so much for that because you too last night had me rolling on the ground, and wait, wait, I'm having a TMA. Come on. It's, you just you it's I don't even know. TIA. Okay. But no, I call it a TMA. Shadow, you are an incredible person. Shadow, I love you to death. You know that. And you are an incredible person. And I am so thankful for getting to meet David and you guys being in our lives. And Donna, your sister in law, is an incredible person as well. I love Peggy. Peggy's an incredible person. Please, please, please. I know you know, Shadow. Just please. You know what I'm talking about. I love you. And it's Moo attack. uh, I don't know. I I know if I stayed guarded my entire life, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. You know, imagine being 23 years old and your best friend is the guitar player for the biggest band in the world at that time. And Cece was a guitar player for Poison, and I lived with him and everything. And when you're that young, it back in the 80s it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That was music. And you don't have a care in the world because you're young, you think you're invincible, you think you're indestructible. And then I am one of the lucky ones. You know, Sam Kinison used to be at our house all the time. We used to go out with Robin Williams. We used to go out, and I know it sounds like name dropping. No, it's not name dropping. It's that was my life. Ask Toolies. That was my life. hanging out with Charlie Sheen, hanging out with, all these Hollywood celebrities, because that's where I lived. That's who I hung out with. And, ow, ow, ow! What is this? It's sand! What is this? Oh, God, I love Sam. Emma, if you ever see Sam Kinison, I'll wear it one night. A lot of you guys have seen it. For my birthday, Sam was such a close friend. He gave me that huge skull ring that he wore on his pinky. And it ended up breaking my pinky several times because I'd get in a fight and punch someone in the face with that thing, and it would break my pinky. But Sam was an incredible guy. And Sam used to always go try to wind up Cece. And we were best friends. And he would be like, I can't believe you let Robbie do that. Why don't you just fire Robbie? He's not good here. You guys remain, if you want to salvage your friendship, you got to fire him. And then Cece would go, they're drunk and high. And he'd go, you're right. Robbie, pack your shit. And I'm like, what? And Sam would go, Robbie, put your shit in my car. You're going with me. And it was like, oh my God. Robin Williams was an amazing person. We would literally go out, our entourages in LA, and we would go to the Comedy Store or one of the comedy clubs, and Robin Williams would be on stage. And we'd all walk in, and Sam was always with us. And Robin Williams would see us at the door, and he would start on Sam. And Sam would fire right back. And it was like sitting there watching a tennis match. And it was just like that. And I remember talking to Robin Williams one time at the Rainbow. And I go, dude, if he's on stage, he starts it on you. If you're on stage, you start it on him. He goes, Robbie, honestly, he's the only person I can do that with. I go, what do you mean? He goes, Sam is so quick-witted that both of us, it's a stalemate. And I was thinking about it. I was like, and he was the kindest person. Robin never cared about his feelings or what he felt. He always cared about other people. And Sam was the same way. And Cece is the same way. And that's how I became the same way, is by hanging out with people that truly love people. And my passion's always been animals and people. And I just found a way to mend the two things together. And natural history. I love history. I am a history buff. And I love collecting stuff. Well, if you've ever seen any of our stuff, what we do, there's rocks and minerals and huge crystals all over this office. And then you got daggers and arrowheads from, I've got a dagger from 800 BC. I've got an arrowhead from 400 BC. I've got tribal masks that are from the 17th and 18th century. Just so many cool artifacts as I look around the office from all over the world. And I love that stuff. It's just, and the animals, I love the terrifying animals. It's just the way I am. My grandfather was a vet, my great grandfather was a vet, and I grew up between Hungary and the United States. And a great life. wealthy parents that were the greatest parents in the world. I can't ever complain about my childhood. I can't ever complain about anything in my life because you go through things in life to learn things. And it's how you handle it, you know, how what you go from there. Like working for CC and living with CC and being his best friends, I saw bad people. But you don't lose your trust in humanity, Shadow, or I'd like to say you become a better judge of character, but people like you and I don't because we want to see the good in everybody. We want to trust that there's good in everybody. And I truly believe there is good in everybody, but some people just choose the opposite and hide behind the good. And it's a shame, but please don't lose your trust in humanity and people because there's so many people, Shadow, that truly, truly love you. And I'm thankful every day for you wanting to come down here. And David said, all right, let's go. And getting to hang out with you and meet you and becoming friends with you to the point where I consider you fam, you know, and but I've been this way my whole life. Lisa knew me in LA. And could I have been a conceited SOB? Yeah, I could have, but what fun would that have been? You know, I learned from a lot of great people that people are awesome, man. That's what it is. Um, Hi, John. What's up, brother? Uh, Moon, it's yeah, but you got to find out who the right people are, you know, and going through that, it's just you know, and I am so thankful for so many things in my life, and Marsha, it's you know, she's become. You guys hear me call her mom all the time because Marsha is mom. Marsha is what you guys don't know about you. Like I'm like Marsha, I just got this. I'm gonna do this, and if she doesn't like it, she'll yell at me. She's no, you're not. Okay, and she talks to me about it like my mom used to, and she always ends up being right. uh, oh man, yeah, 100%. And I'm so thankful for that. And then her grandson James, unbelievable kid. It's I saw myself in him, and it, it's kind of scary how much he is like me, from his sense of humor to everything. He's got that dry sense of humor like I do, and it's just and this love and this passion for the gems and the rocks and the animals, and it's so cool. Um, Z just took off. He's going down there feeding. He's feeding the lemurs and the kinkajous right now, and then he's going home to play D&D with his friends. Uh, you know, and there's so many people in the world that are amazing. Look at the Osteens. Mimi, her mom, her dad, Raw Dog. I've met so many incredible people. Tori, and we consider, even if we haven't met a lot of you guys, we consider you guys fam, and you know that. It's we spend a lot of time talking with you guys. We do our lives Friday nights, and we do our lives Wednesdays just to hang out and talk on Wednesdays. And then Friday nights we do our yes, we do, Emma. We have Animal Crossings Educational Sanctuary. It's exotic animal rescue. I grew up working with big cats and all, and bears and reptiles, and I used to own the largest venomous snake importer exporter in the world. Just a lot of, whenever I do anything in life, I go full on blow. And that blew up in my face because my business partner did some illegal things. And then I got dragged into it, and I got charged with conspiracy when I knew nothing about it. And my lawyer sat there, and I say it's the biggest mistake of our whole case, because our lawyer looked at the judge and goes, "You mean to tell me, Your Honor, that you're saying every couple in the world whose spouse cheats on them, they should have known?" Oh, I'm like, oh, she didn't go there. And she did. Mom, thank you. I know. James and I have our own language together. Hillbilly Butler, Wendy, what's happening? Monica, if I've had black jags, I've had black leopards before. I started working with big cats when I was 16, because I started working for our vet. My grandfather was a vet in Hungary, and my great grandfather was a vet in Hungary. And then we lived in Ohio, and then our vet was a Hungarian man not far from our house. I started working for him when I was 14, just cleaning the dog kennels and the cat cages and everything. And by the time I was 16, I was assisting him in surgeries and everything. And then I started working for a guy who was down the street from him, who had lions, tigers, bears, monkeys, chimps, orangutans, leopards, jags. My godfather had a cheetah. All kinds of birds and everything. Yeah. Moon, you're going back to school into law? Good for you, sweetheart. Good for you. You can do it. Don't ever let someone tell you you can't accomplish something, because I am living proof you can accomplish anything you set your mind to doing. I've done it several times in my life. I was a musician. I got signed, and I left the music industry because I didn't like what it was. I was a pro motocross racer. I was a fourth runner-up on U.S. Olympic ski team in 1984. I've done so many things in my life because I go full throttle at it. And anybody can do that. And that's one reason Cece and I became such good friends. He's like, "Dude, you're dangerous." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Whatever you set your mind to, you do." And I'm like, I find a way to do it. I don't take no for an answer. You get told no, you figure a way around that. You figure out, okay, how do I rectify this? How do I, go past that? Yeah, Moon, 100%. Yeah, music Emma, it is, I, I don't know how to explain it. Lisa could explain it. Lisa worked in music as well. She was a promoter. I was a musician. And I also worked for one of the biggest bands in the world. I wasn't actually employed by Poison. I was employed by C.C. DeVille, the guitar player, because he was my best friend. And it's just, Jill, happy Valentine's Day. And that's awesome, Emma. And Moon, you got this. It's nothing but a thing. Oh, flat track? Cool. Cool. I did, uh, back when I was young, I raced against people like Brad Lackey, Hurricane, Bob Hanna, Steve Jones, Chuck Emery was a rider for Team Honda. That was my first cousin. I grew up going to his races as a kid, then got into racing as I got older, and became a pro for Team Honda, and just did crazy stuff. And I was a ski instructor in Ohio, and they used to have these things called the Newport races. And Phil and Steve Mayer, the twins, the brothers that were from Vermont, they were on the U.S. ski team. We had these things called the Newport races, and Phil and Steve Mayer were there doing the circuit for Newport. And every year in Newport races at Boston Mills, I would clean house. I would take first in every slalom race. And they had me come up to Killington. And I tried out at Killington. And I actually got fourth runner up. But I was Vanderkoo. Vanderkoo. What year was that? Panga's getting big. Vanderkoo. Yes. Yes. Vanderkoo, it sounds very familiar. Sweet cheeks! Koi fish. Vanderkoi. Oh my God. Oh, Wendy. What year was that? Vanderkoi. 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 Oh, really? Tully's? Seriously? Mom! Yeah, Michelle was so surprised today. She thought she got me. She thought she got me, and then she came down to to her office from her boss's office, and bam! I I have heard the name. I have heard the name. Outdoors with Jay. What is your favorite lizard to keep? Jay, that's a loaded question because the one I'm keeping. I love everything, Jay. Water monitors are great. Um, I had a big Asian water monitor. Elvis was like 6.5 feet long, and yes, I had my Elvis before Brian Jabarchek had his Elvis. um, but I gave him to a friend down south who needed a big male because he's got several big females. So I gave it to him. They're awesome. Yeah, 6.5 feet water monitor. But I consider crocodiles lizards too. Is that wrong? I love my crocodiles. um, iguana. Oh God, I used to love iguanas. Iguanas are awesome. But there's so many cool lizards out there. You know what are really cool? Blue tongue skinks are an awesome lizard, Jay. And as monitor wise, croc monitors are cool, but they're so dangerous. Um, their teeth are like velociraptors' teeth. You know, they're serrated and it's just, they're insane. And they could be, you got to remember, Jay, you could have the best animal in the world. And animals are like people. If it's having a bad day and you go to pick it up and something and it just turns to bite you, it's I tell that to people all the time. Uh, I've got I've got a 12-foot alligator that's 1,000 pounds. Or he's over 1,000 pounds, and I swim with him and everything. But sometimes I go in the water and he's just not in the mood. Uh, so I leave him alone. And then other times I walk in the water and he comes straight up and I can pet his face and I can just I did a video before. I took it down. I left a short little clip of it where I was getting on his back and he was pulling me through the water. But it's just because I don't want kids trying what they see me do. People don't realize when you see me doing this stuff. Um, like I spoke to Joe Rogan one time. He ended up emailing me because he saw a video I was doing and I was feeding like 4 huge alligators right in front, just handing them stuff, and they were taking it out of my hand gently. And he was like, "This guy's crazy. This guy's insane." And he found out who I was through my manager, and he ended up emailing me. And I said, "Dude, I don't do more videos than that because I don't want kids trying it. They don't realize I spend hours and hours and hours and hours working with these animals. I develop a relationship with these animals, and will the animals kill me? If they get a chance, they're in a bad mood, yes, they could kill me. But there's nothing I'd rather do in my life. It's just, don't let me influence what your favorite animal is. That's why my favorite answer is all of them. You know, I tell people all the time, no, they don't. It's very, very rare that you see a person follow a passion in life. Most people don't even know what their passion is. Uh, I know you do, Chris. And Denise, anytime you guys can get down, you're more than welcome to come out and see us. It's just I'm just one of those fortunate people. I love so many things in life, and my passion is wildlife and people and gems, artifacts, rocks, just so much. Yeah, you got to be careful. Sue, what's happening, sweetheart? Jay, you got to be careful with iguanas because big males, when they're in their sexual breeding um, mode, when they're going into season, like they can be very aggressive, and a big iguana can do a serious bite. Raw dog, anytime, bro. You're here all the time. What are you going to... I didn't check my email yet, Sue. I'm not worried about it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, they're a lot of work when they're full grown. Uh, awesome, Laura. Awesome. Uh, Shelly, it's so funny you say that. You guys all know who Savannah is. She works for Gatorland. She's an incredible, incredible person. When she first moved to Florida from California, she was talking to everybody to teach them. She tried calling me, but a guy that was helping me here wouldn't give, never gave me the message, Nate, because he had the hots for her, and she wanted me to teach her how to do crocodilian. Well, being very persistent person like she is, she's a person who does not take no for an answer. She finally got a hold of me, and we were friends before she left Florida in the first place. And we just, I was like, "Oh man, awesome, you're back, cool." And she goes, "Robbie, can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And she goes, "Will you teach me crocodilian, how to do work with crocodilian?" I said, "Of course. Why wouldn't I?" And she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah. Just come out as often as you can." So she was living in Key West at a friend's house with friends, and she would drive all the way up here 5 hours, and she would stay up here for 3 4 days. She would stay at her friend's house in Orlando and drive out here every day, and then she would go back down to Key West and work for the weekend. And she was bartending or something, and then come back up here and work with me. And she's an incredible, incredible person. She's so good with animals, and she is just incredible. And then one day she goes, "You got to teach me how to wrestle alligators." I'm like, "Savannah, I'm not teaching you how to wrestle alligators." And she goes, "Come on, I want to learn." I go, "Why do you want to wrestle alligators?" Listen, my brother and I were the last celebrities to do a show at Silver Springs. And Silver Springs used to have the gator wrestling and everything. And when we went there to do the show, they said, "All right, you want to wrestle gators for the show?" Um, I said, "No. Put the gators in the pond. I'm going to swim with them." They looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, "Listen, I don't wrestle alligators anymore. I did that, and I don't do it anymore. I'd rather spend time with the animal than forcing the animal into submission." And bye, Moon. Have a great night. Uh, Emma, okay, cool. And I told Savannah, "All right, fine, I'll do it." And we were walking in the gator marsh. I had a lasso. And Moon, thank you very much. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. We love what you're doing too. It's great. It's great entertainment, and thank you so much. And do not give up. Get your law degree. If that's what you truly want to do, do it. And you love researching, do it. Do it. You'll have fun with it. And the world needs better lawyers. So, um, we went out there, and my manager calls me as we're walking in the marsh. So I'm like, Savannah, hold on. Here, take the lasso, and we'll catch one as soon as I'm done with this. And she's walking down to the water, and I'm on the phone, and I'm like, I have to keep looking over, check on her, make sure she's okay. And then somebody wanted us to do an appearance somewhere, and so I said, you know what, let's let's knock down the price and do it for them. It's a elementary school, so they can afford to have us there. And we're talking, and I look over my shoulder, and she's dragging a gator up. She lassoed a gator, and she's dragging it up. So I'm like, John, I gotta go. And I take the lasso out of her hand, and I pull the gator all the way up, and I'm like, you did that all by yourself. Good job. And she's like, oh my God, it was so scary, Robbie, but I got it. And she goes, now what do I do? I said, all right, I'll pull the rope forward. Kick. You guys have seen me explain to Scott and Z. Make sure the tail's straight, jump forward, and grab right behind the base of the head. Do not let your head go past your hands. Keep your head back and land, and keep all your weight there, and get ready for that animal to explode. And just hold on. Do not let go, because if you let go, the animal turns its head, it'll grab your hand. Or your head goes over, it's going to grab your head, crush it, and kill you. And so she does it. And she was so excited about doing it. And then she's sitting there talking to me, holding the gator down. And she felt it. She felt what I was talking about. Once that animal explodes, you feel the will just leave the animal's body. And that's what I felt many years ago. And I said, that's back when I quit gator wrestling. That was over 26 years ago. I said, I don't ever want to do this anymore. I'd rather work with these animals and learn more about the animal's behavior and everything, personality and everything, than manhandle the animal. And she goes, I know exactly what you're talking about now. I felt it. And she went on she worked here for a couple months more. And she wanted a job at Gatorland so bad. And I called Mike and I called Mark McHugh, the CEO, and I said, listen, I think you guys would be foolish not to hire her. And she is such an inspiration, and she's got a way with people, and she's got a way with animals, and she's been there for several years now, and it's awesome. I just spoke to her and Danny today. They're going to be coming out and hanging out. Save a gator, Mom. Woo woo! Thank you. God bless you, Mom. And it's just, I don't know. And you guys see, I'm the nuisance gator trapper up here. You guys see us. Every gator we can take alive, we take alive. And then sometimes they do have to be destroyed, and I understand that. I'm not crazy. I don't, but I do want to save as many as I can. That's just me, because I enjoy them. You guys have seen we got the 10-acre alligator marsh. I want to add another 10-acre alligator marsh. And it's fun to walk out there, and hang out with the gators. Yes, Savannah is from South Carolina. She is originally from South Carolina. Good night, CPR. Yeah, even when they're destroyed, they're used. Okay, Sue, have a great night, sweetheart. I'll get to the email later, I promise. But you guys are absolutely amazing. Love you guys. And stop. Shadowrunner, stop. Raw Dog, when we get big cats again, when we start doing the big cats again, I will teach you how to work with big cats. Barb T! I will tell you one thing. You're going to hate me as a teacher because I'm going to yell at you. And just as Z, you will get yelled at. I can promise you that much. And I yell because I learn the same way, and that's the way. I can't sit there and say, okay, now, Chris, this is what you're going to do. And then you're not paying attention, and I'm talking in the same voice, and I don't get your attention. And, ooh, Chris, that looks like it hurt. That cat just crushed your skull. It doesn't work like that. You're going to hear me yell at you. If you make a mistake, a cat's going to take advantage of it. A cat is very fast and very intelligent. A cat will take you off your feet quicker than you can blink your eye. Imagine going into being the person you are and going into a wrestling ring with Don Johnson. What's his name? The Rock. Monkeys are terrible, Joyce. Monkeys smack you upside the head and beat you upside the head and pull a chunk of hair out before you know what happened. But big cats, they're an apex predator. Their whole goal is to take you off your feet and kill you. But there's a lot of things a lot of people don't know about big cats. Big cats have a very sensitive nose. Big cats have a pocket right behind their canine. And when they go to bite you, you can't be scared to stick your hand in their mouth and shove these two fingers up behind the canines and push down on the snout. They don't like that. They let go. And it's a lot of work. My brother, Swamp Brothers was me training Steven how to work with exotic animals, and he was amazed by it, and he became good. But he hated me yelling at him, boy. And then I got into it a couple times during the show. We got in a fight. I broke a thumb on his shin. Wolves are cool, but wolves are a dominant animal as well. Just like male cats. Male cats, you can raise a cat all the time, but they'll try you once a month, once a week. Just depends on the individual. You guys all see me working with Limbani. I don't trust him anymore. Those guys are still working with him, but I don't work with him enough. I'm down there 4 or 5 times a year, 6 times a year. And that's just not being around him enough. He is so strong. And last time I was down there, he pulled me like a rag doll quick because he knew he could get away with it because he knew, oh, it's my buddy Robbie. He won't, you know, punish me. And it's just a lot of things. Big out of the big primates, my favorite are orangutans by far. Chimps are great. Depending on the chimp, 7 to 10 years old on males, and then they hit their craziness. And then they're like that till they're about 22, 23, till about 2, 3 years before they die. Then they get all lovey again. But when they've got that testosterone going, and if they're not fixed, and even fixed ones still, the strength those things have is unbelievable. And chimpanzees, what they do is it's natural for them. They bite fingers off, they bite sexual organs off, and they bite feet off. Then they dismember their opponent. So, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. They're too strong. I think I'd rather work with gorillas. Birds are cool, but birds can even bite hard. Everything bites. You know, people ask me, do they bite? The lemurs are awesome. I love the lemurs, but they can even. You guys saw Chris get sliced open. Um, Zabu got him good, and it's just Lambani. You could, if you haven't been around him his whole life, no one can get near him anymore except for the people that have been around him a lot because he's too old to introduce him to new people. You can introduce him to new people. Like, he knows Nick, and he's only met Nick like 4 times. He knows Z. He knows me. Jason is incredible with him. And then Mario's got a couple other people down there that are incredible with him. And Morgan, my friend who passed away, he was the one who raised Lambani. He was absolutely incredible with Lambani. But exactly, Tori. Will it bite? Does it have a mouth? Does it have teeth? Children bite. Monica, have a great night. God bless. Tegus are cool. You got to be careful with them, though. Coco, yeah. Coco was the gorilla down in Miami. I got to see Coco before. I got to see Harambe when we filmed our episode at Brownsville Zoo. Harambe was just a little guy back then. And if you guys watch that episode, you'll see Harambe in the gorilla enclosure. He's the young gorilla running around outside with the other gorillas. That's actually Harambe, the gorilla that was up in where'd that happen? Where the kid fell in the gorilla enclosure and Harambe grabbed him and ran with him, and they shot Harambe. Harambe would not have hurt that. Would not have meaningfully hurt that kid. Harambe was raised by Jerry, the caretaker at Brownsville. He used to take him home with him, and he'd sit at the dinner table with his family. Harambe used to like to steal the babies in the enclosure because he wanted to take him off and play with him. And he treated the little boy as he was dragging him. You saw the video by the arm, and that's what he would do with another gorilla. But our skin and our bones aren't as strong as a gorilla's skin or bones. So, um, Coco was a gorilla at Miami. Elephants, I love elephants. Dude, I was fortunate enough to, I know a couple elephant keepers up in Europe, and I'll tell you one thing, never mess with an elephant keeper if the elephants are around, because they build a bond with their keepers. But elephants go through the testosterone thing as well. Most animals do, even humans do. Look at teenage boys. Um, yeah, 100%, Tori. Yeah, though a good keeper. If the elephant's got a bond with the keeper, forget it. My one friend was, where was it, Switzerland, or yeah. He said, "Push me." I'm like, that elephant looked at me and its trunk came up, and I was like, "Oh, you're a jerk, dude." And it's animals are truly amazing. They're we don't give them enough credit for being animals, but it's it's a sticky situation when you get involved in that, because you can't give the animals the rights of humans. You can't do it. You cannot do it. But this is coming from a person who does it, but law wise. And I wish there was a simple fix for everything. But remember, if you can't have animals in captivity, if zoos are the only place in the world where there's animals, animals are going extinct. If you say animals belong in the wild, you're ignorant and you're an idiot. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Here's what I'll tell you about it. Take a male tiger. A male tiger roams 6 to 700 square miles. Now, in that 6 or 700 square miles, there's several villages. Now, as soon as the tiger learns that, hey, that's a human, he's slow, they don't taste too bad, let me start hunting humans. It just doesn't work. Society, humans will never let that happen. And the rate the planet's growing, deforestation, you're losing a lot of animals. There's new animals being discovered, but yet you're still losing a lot of animals every year. So what do? Uh, you let qualified people work with the animals and propagate them. And a zoo doesn't have time to work with every species of animal. So, say there's someone like me who loves to work with crocs. But I limit my crocs to Niles and Cubans and Morlets and Americans. But there's 27 species of crocodilian. Um, you know, I'm hoping that one day we can send Cubans back to Cuba to be reintroduced into the swamp, because that place will never be developed. It's such a huge area, and their population isn't as big as everywhere else. So that's a possibility. But reintroducing gorillas, chimpanzees, tigers, lions, any of your cats is not going to happen. We've tried it here in the United States. Animals get shot, killed, and then the worst thing that happens is the animal learns that humans are slow and stupid and they don't taste too bad. Then they hunt humans. Then people have a conniption fit and kill every single one. So it's a lose-lose situation. Sweet cheeks, I hope you have a great night. God bless. Prayers for everyone in Kansas City. That's terrible. And I hope you feel better, and I hope to see you Friday night, sweetheart. All right, guys. I'm going to run. You guys take care. God bless you all. Head over, check out Rosie out. Say hi. Tell her Robbie sent you. And share your passion. Random acts of kindness. It makes the world a much better place. You guys know that. You've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen it. And I actually was running today, Tori. Love you guys. God bless. And take care. All right. We'll see you guys Friday night. And I got to go pick up my rocks Friday. So we'll have them for Friday night. Oh, Friday night's going to be incredible. Make sure you're there. All right. Tori's going to kill me. Sue's going to kill me. Mom's going to kill me. Oh, God. You guys are awesome. See ya. I gotta go eat.